It's a new day.
This is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
First up today, if you've ever had a hard time getting your kids to eat their veggies, you are definitely not alone. A new book called It's Not About Broccoli takes a look at the way children see and think about food. Here to explain is author and sociologist Dr. Dina Rose. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We're matched today. We're moving into spring.
That's right.
So what was interesting to me about the way you approach this is that some of the stuff we've always said, like, you know, just eat one bite, or we'll trick you by putting veggies into zucchini bread or something like that, aren't really effective. Tell me more about that.
The thing we have to remember is that children would eat the way we want them to if they could. And so when kids don't eat the way we want them to, we have to remember that they're experiencing some kind of anxiety or some kind of fear that they're going to gag or something's going to happen. So we have to break it down a little bit. And when we say, just taste it, and if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it, two things happen. One, we're teaching them to say, I don't like it, even if they haven't tasted it, right? And once it's in that box, the I don't like it box, you can't get a second taste.
For about 15 years. It takes a long time.
It does. It takes a long time. And then the other thing is that good kids are going to take that bite, but are they really going to taste it? So they're not really learning to like that food. And so we have to think long term. What do you do to give kids the skills, the courage, and the knowledge to try new foods? And what I like to tell adults is, think about the weirdest thing you've ever eaten and how did it feel before you ate it?
Right, which is what kids are experiencing, right?
Every single
They've never
time.
had whatever this is.
That's right.
Okay, so let's talk about your kit. It looks like this.
It does.
And so when we unpack it, what do we find?
So we have all of these tools which make exploring food both more fun, right? Who doesn't like to look at things in a magnifying glass?
That's already like a super spy thing, so great.
Right, so we can look at things up close. But the other things are like an eyedropper, so we can just pull up some liquid, or we can put a teeny drop on our tongues, and things like tongs, so that we don't have to touch if we don't want to touch.
Right.
But the real secret sauce
Yes.
is the book, which has all these different exercises about describing and rating and ranking and predicting what something is going to be like. Because for adults, the only thing we ever say is taste it and do you like it. We can't really even come up with other words. And so we've got this cheat sheet for parents.
Look at her. This is great.
So if you're going to ask your child to look at something and describe it, you might want to have a few words at your disposal.
So give me an example.
Well, we might say it's appetizing, but we might also say it's lumpy or stringy or whipped or something like that.
So have them assess. You have here, just so people know at home, talk about the temperature, the texture, the taste, the aroma, the appearance, and the sound of the food as you eat it, and sort of make this into a game. So in fact, you can play with your food. That's what I'm hearing, which is great.
Well, it is playing, but it's also about building up like a database of food facts, because when we go into a restaurant or we're traveling to a foreign country or we just in the grocery store and we see something that's really odd looking to us, we make a set of predictions. We say to ourselves, oh, it kind of looks like it might be crunchy, or that looks like the fish that I ate yesterday, so it'll be sort of like that. And kids don't really have that.
So we're building that up for them.
We're building that. And one great way to think about that is is to get something really weird that we're not accustomed to eating, because we look at this and we go, oh, it's just a tomato, come on.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that, but it's new to a kid.
But it's new to a kid.
You have bugs.
I do have bugs.
What kind of bugs are those?
Okay, so these are edible mealworms. And they look really appetizing. Yum, don't they?
Well, they look like they could be crunchy. Am I following along?
They do look like they be.
They look like they're room temperature. I don't sense an aroma.
But have you tried?
I have.
Let's have a sniff.
You know, I actually have had a bug, but not this. Let's see. A little salty. I smell a little saltiness.
That's right. So
should I try it?
Well, if you want to, but let's just step back for a second and let's pretend we didn't do all that exploration and I just said, hey, want to try one? You might have been like, you know, I had a big breakfast. So,
But we talked about it a little, and I started to feel more relaxed about the idea.
But it does kind of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can try it if you want, or we could.
Well, in the spirit of getting kids to eat their vegetables,
snap it and see what it.
we'll snap it.
You know.
It's just like a pretzel.
Smell.
It's just salty and crunchy.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Right. It's not.
I'll leave the other half just on general principles. But note that I tried it.
Okay.
And it doesn't taste bad. If I didn't know what it was, if it was mixed into something else, you wouldn't say we're eating bugs. But I get it. This is for us as adults to experience what something brand new is like and remember that as we apply this to our kids.
Exactly. And one of the things that we both did was, we broke this teeny little thing in half, and you didn't like take a huge bite.
I did not.
You took a small bite.
I did.
And small bites are good. Imagine what we do with kids. We put a whole serving on their plate,
You're right.
which looks as big as this, right? And we say, well, if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. But they're hearing, oh my God, if I do like it, I am going to have to eat it. Now, we think, well, if you like it, don't you want to eat it? But for kids, they have a lot of reasons why they might not want to eat something. So we have to remember about small taste. And that's why the kit comes with this very small set of samples to remind you that you just want to put a teeny tiny bit.
Yeah,
So,
and that's enough for them to taste. It's just think of it as small plates if you're out for tapas. That's what we're doing here.
right, and it's not even necessarily about tasting. Remember, we have to go with all of our senses. So a very frightened child, you are not going to be able to have that child taste something until there's been multiple exposures. Remember those exposures?
Yes,
10, 12 exposures, might as well be 1,000,000.
So we sit this out and we talk about it for a few days maybe before we try it, depending on how resistant your child is.
Well, one day we might take, this is a little bit of the kale that I used for the plate here. We might just say, let's
where's Susie
explore the
Wiley?
kale.
She needs to explore kale.
Do we have a kale hater in the house?
She's not into it. Save that kale and we'll use it on Susie.
Okay, but so let's say I'm a kid who goes like, oh gosh, no kale for me. We might, day one, just say, feel it. And you would be surprised, a lot of kids won't even touch it. And so imagine the parent who's trying to get this into your mouth, and if you won't even touch it, right, no, we're not going there. So we have to say then, let's smell it, or just even look at it. The first day we might just say, let's look at the color, and we might sort of pick some
Or you could pick it up with the tongs, right?
Or you could pick it up with the tongs, exactly.
And then I like that you have these fun little colored spoons, so if we do want to taste, you can see it's a small taste, and it's fun.
That's right. So the thing to do at home is to remember that your child may have seen these in passing, but hasn't really paid attention, just goes, that's not for me. And we want to help him or her build up some knowledge. So this is a pepper. We would talk about that. But you know what we usually do? We go, this is a pepper, this is a kiwi, this is a strawberry.
And it's good for you.
It's good. You want to try it. So these are cricket flour chips. Want to try it?
Sure, give me that.
How is it?
That's actually delicious.
So you're the brave child, right? And this is what
I'm always a hungry one.
Well, that's also a good tip, right? Kids are going to be braver when they're hungry. But some kids are going to go straight for it, and you represent that child.
Hello, my whole life. But I get your point. This is a wonderful tool for parents, and we just want to tell you as a bonus for everybody here, everyone is getting a Food Explorer kit. So I hope you'll gift that to somebody who can really use it. Thank you so much. These are great ideas. Up next, what was going on in that Russian consulate in Seattle just closed in a tit-for-tat over the poisoning of a former Russian spy in the UK. A former double agent for the U.S. who now lives in the Northwest weighs in right after a break. Thank you.